Yo, welcome back Hope Squad. Today we'll be talking about the skill tree. So first time I took a look at it, it was very confusing. That's why I wanted to make this video so that everyone understand it much more. So very first, how to get there, you go to your unit, you go click on the three dots and you go on that button right there. You're gonna have this can be your starting spot. You're gonna be able to choose from the damage tree, range tree, or speed tree. And how you decide that is totally up to you. You can make your own. You can go for damage, you can do more range if you like more range on that unit, or you can do faster attack. I think right now it's still up for debate. There's not a 100% best way to do things just yet. So you come to the Google Docs. I'll have this in the description below. If I forget, feel free to let me know in the comments as well. You come here and you come up here, you click on recommended hidden trait, and you'll be able to see all the traits you want on your unit that are recommended. You'll also be able to see their builds for infinite and also their build for progressive. You can see for Ichigo, since Ichigo is the one that I have been working on, if you're playing Ichigo in infinite, you would want corruption so that he marks them as well as breaks their shield easier. And you would want to go range on Ichigo, and you would do soccer ball, boomerang, boomerang. I actually don't know what that is, so if we take a look on here, you can always go to info and you can see soccer ball does overload, and ricochet. So I believe these two give you like a effect where you do like kind of like a full AoE attack where it bounces off. Ricochet, it bounces off your attack to another enemy in range, 40% of it. You get a 10% chance to ricochet 40% of the attack to another enemy. And with Overload, there's a 5% chance for attacks to hit all enemies within the unit's range for 50% of damage. So pretty close to full AoE is what I've been told. The next thing for Ichigo is if you want to play Ichigo in progressive mode, so for like stories, challenges, raids, that kind of stuff, then you would want ideally Bloodlust on Ichigo, so that stacks damage as well as making you more, I think it just stacks damage. Let's read the trait real quick. So if we go back and we go to actually it doesn't say. Let's go to our other tab. So if we go to here, it's going to say 10% damage, 10% range, and you're going to get 10 stacks maximum. Each time you get a kill with the unit, your stack will go up, and the max stack is 10. Each stack applies 1% damage, so you don't do like 10 times 10. I thought that's what it was. I guess it says each stack applies 1% damage, so with 10 stacks, you'll have 10% damage, negative 1% speed to your unit, which is fine. It looks like a downside, but it's actually fine. And your unit loses 1 stack every 0.5 second after 15-second idle. So that's not bad either, because initially I read 0.5 seconds. I thought it was something else, but actually it's not at all. But anyways, that's the Bloodlust trait. I'm not sure what special unit moves means. If anyone knows, feel free to let us know in the comments below. With that said, 15-second idle is quite a long time. So as long as your Ichigo is the main one that's doing damage, that's defending, the early defender, then he'll be able to upkeep his buff. With the release of ASTD X, our Discord server, it has been popping lately, and we do have a great W coaches in there. So if you're confused about ASTD X, you're confused about who to pull, or what skill tree to use, what traits good on which units, feel free to drop by in the Discord server. Our coaches and people in there will help you guys out. And let's go back to the DPS sheet. So with Ichigo, he's an early defender, Bloodlust. You would want to go for the speed tree. The reason why I said even negative 10% speed is not bad is because you have these. So this punch, the two punches, I'll go over here so you guys can understand it a little bit easier, a little bit more. But as you can see, if you have it unlocked, you can see it up here. If you don't, you go into info down here, open up here, and you can see additional 10% chance to attack again in succession for 100% of the unit's damage. So you get 2 of these on Ichigo, and it's a 20% chance for him to attack twice, which does actually happen quite often. I've been playing with Ichigo for a bit, and I love playing him. I only have one of them unlocked. I could probably unlock one right now, and I'll show you guys in a bit. And then there's the other one where I have 2 of them, so it's a 40% chance for me to earn everyone's double income when this unit gets a kill, which actually happens very often as well at 40%. So very awesome, very cool. I definitely, when I get the chance to play Ichigo, I'm very excited because I have some of his skill trees unlocked. But this is the skill tree. It's pretty confusing at first. But anyways, first thing you do is you choose damage, range, or speed. So I'm just going to follow the recommended build. Once again, I want to say recommended build is just recommended by the ASTD main server. It's not like the end all be all. I have a friend in the Discord server. He just maxed damage, and his Ichigo is all-star, I believe, So his Ichigo is doing like 100k per attack every 4 to 6 seconds. It's super, super OP, and he gets the chance to crit as well. So he's got like the crit stuff on. I think he's got like triple crit on it. I don't know how much damage that does, but that does look pretty fun as well. If you roll All-Star Ichigo, then that's definitely an option for you guys as well. But anyways, yeah, let's get back into it. Well, actually, I have the info here. I can take a look for you guys. Crit, crit, crit. So 10% chance for attacks to deal 2 times damage. So ideally, he has a 30% chance to hit 200k per Ichigo hit. And then he's also got the, if he does have the marker on it, that's the typical DPS build in Infinite, is 3 crit and 1 marker. So if he does, then he has 30% chance to mark the enemies, and marked enemies take 30% more damage for 5 seconds. So bro's doing 200k damage with just 1 attack, possibly, if he crits. And then take that and basically apply a 30% buff to it on top of the 50% buff is if he's using Kaioken as the buffer in Infinite mode. So I mean, like, that's a bit. I mean, I don't know how much exactly, but that's cool. Let's get started with the skill tree so you guys do understand what I'm talking about. Basically, you guys start here, choose one of the trees, and then here we go. Click. I chose speed, so I decided to go with speed. This is just nothing here. And when you start, it'll be like black like this. So when you click, it'll say increase range by 0.25%, and then it's going to require you to do something here. Click again to activate. So you would have to click this node to activate. All right, and it's going to pop up confirm. And you can see skill orb 1 here, skill orb 2 here. If you don't know which one, you just highlight it. And then these 4 things here is actually these nodes. So you have to get to these to be able to activate these, right? And if you don't know which one to get, you can always follow the recommended. And you do know what you're doing, then you can always make your own. But I didn't know what I'm doing. I did not know what I was doing. And I kind of took a look at it. And I did think that these options were really nice. Fortunately for me though, I really do enjoy Goku a lot more than Ichigo, and so I kind of built my Ichigo first because I had 3 dupes. Now I do have the 3 dupes for Goku too, so I could build him. But the issue is I have Goku and I have Ichigo, and they're both red and they're both good. And ideally I think Ichigo would do way better in Infinite, and then Goku would do way better in Progressive. But it looks like I already rolled Corrupted on Goku, which is good in Infinite, so maybe I'll just do that and save my rerolls. Because it doesn't really matter because they're both strong. Like Goku will cook story by himself and Ichigo will cook story by himself. It really doesn't matter, but Ichigo's scaling is quite nice in his attack. But anyways, yeah, that is an issue I have, is a corrupted my Goku. I would ideally like to use Goku because he only needs 1 speed, and I also really like him on upgrade 3 because he just clears super fast. And then I do like this idea of like triple money, but I guess I'll just settle with Ichigo because I did roll Bloodlust on him and I did roll Corrupted on Goku. So just to save trade burners, this is the way I'm building my Goku and my Ichigo for the skill tree. Sorry to get off track. It is a little bit relevant, but I did want you guys to kind of be aware of that because that is a mistake that I made on my part. Anyways, I'm gonna start building so you guys can kind of see how to actually build because I do have some skill orbs. So I got this node down here complete. I got this one. And I got this one, so I have 3 of them now, and I'm just gonna go for this one next. And you can see when I click on it, it brings me there. It says increase damage by 0.278%. So once I unlock this, then my Ichigo is just a little bit stronger, and it's just gonna increase his range just by a little bit as well. And then this is the node, the last and final node where I can choose. I can choose the speed, which I don't know what that is. Let's take a look. Dodge. So yeah, dodge is nice too for bosses if you want to use this to defeat bosses. That's definitely an option. However, from my experience, I just use Venus, so I don't really need this for bosses, for like NPC missions. Maybe for like mission 2 and onwards. I haven't really tried completing a lot of the content in ASTD X, so I'm not too sure. I just have a lot of experience with like grinding progressive and stuff, and yeah, 2 attack on Ichigo would be very nice, and 2 employment on Ichigo would be very nice. I think that this right here feels very nice to me, and I like it, so I'm gonna go with it. And so we're gonna do an additional 10% chance to hit again. We're gonna confirm, and we're gonna use 1 skill orb 2. Alright, I think that was skill orb 1. I don't know which one it was. But yeah, now my Ichigo is 52% tree completed, skill tree completed. So I got all these 4. I can really stop here if I want to. If I want to really maximize my Ichigo's potential though, I can max everything out and go 100% completion. And the nice thing is, I thought that the skill orbs were really difficult to farm for, It's actually not too difficult to farm at all. Like I have this many, and I didn't even really know because I don't know. I guess I was just grinding for fun. But if you go over here, you go to enter. When every day you do your daily challenge, you'll get like these skill orbs, which is really nice. And actually, I think that's what happened here. Was originally on expert you don't get skill orb 1, but because the update of ASTD X was today, I think they said they added the pure ones into here. That is really awesome. I'm very happy that they did that, because what I noticed was on my account, I only ever did expert, and so if you take a look at my items and my skill orbs, this is what you see. You're gonna see a lot of like orb 2s because I only do expert, and you're gonna see very little orb 1s, and the majority of skill tree is based off of orb 1, and it's not a bad thing. Like if I want to, I just go here and I could just get grind for these. You go hard, you'll see 2 colors. You go expert, you'll see. Oh, okay, I guess. Wait, what happened? They actually added it to expert. So, yeah, prior to this, it was actually if you do expert, you don't get any skill orb 1s. So it's actually very beneficial for you guys to do expert now, which is very awesome. So if I wanted to like work on my Sung Jin Woo, I would go purple here. If I wanted to work on my green unit, my Yukira, my Mihawk, my Aaron, then I would do this raid right here, right? And with every story challenge, every story, it kind of switches the colors and the orbs. So if you don't see your orbs here, then you wait next 17 minutes, it'll refresh and you can have a chance to farm more orbs here. If not, then you can just go for the pure orbs as well, and that works just fine as well. So you can kind of like farm Ghost 3 and pure orbs at the same time, which is pretty nice. I just know that the top one kind of gives you a whole lot more, I think, unless I'm wrong. Let me see. You get skill orb 1 and you get skill orb 2. So let's see, 6 of these and 4 of these. So you get 10 total. Let's see how much you get here. 6 here. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually worth it to farm this. You get stat dice. Here you also get stat dice. So I don't know if this first one is beneficial as I originally thought. The only benefit for you, it seems like, to doing the first one here is if it's in your color, and 2, if it's easily clearable for you. Yeah, so actually in order of easiest to hardest, if you are farming skill orb, in order of easiest to hardest, you want to start with Innovation Island and use green units if possible. If not, then you go to City and you use orange units. If you're strong and you have Goku Ichigo, you can do red units. If you have Sung Jin Woo, you can do purple units. And if you have strong blue units, then you can do Giant Island. And if you got your units fully built out, fully ascended, a lot of times you don't really have to worry about the element. You'll still cook anyways. But that is how the skill tree works. That's how you farm for skill orbs. And let's get back into my Ichigo so I can show you guys how that works. Oh, I already did. Okay, so I'm gonna actually, I got 4 of these, and I'm just gonna chill on that for now because my Ichigo already cooks like so hard that I feel like it's not necessary. This is just kind of like a nice thing to have. Maybe one day I'll come back and grind it out, but that is how the skill tree works. You get a lot of like extra bonus attack range and speed for putting skill orbs into your skill tree for your unit. And you do need, for each node, there's 3 nodes for every tree. You do need 3 Ichigos or 3 5-stars. You don't have to send them, but you do need 3 copies, 3 duplicates for the unit that you're trying to evo. So for me, I had 4 Ichigos total, and I actually ascended one of them because I think I didn't know what I was supposed to do about. I didn't know about the stats and rerolling before stats. So I did have 2 ascended, but you only need 1 ascended, the one you want to ascend, and then you have to make sure you have 3 dupes, 4 copies total, to unlock his whole tree and especially to get all the nodes. And yeah, I think the nodes are really cool. I enjoy them a lot in their effects. I can really feel the difference in my Ichigo when I use Ichigo versus to when I use Goku now. Once I get my Goku and his nodes, his skills unlocked here, he's gonna feel like just as amazing, if not better, because he's gonna be an infinite and he's gonna be doing like a lot of ricochet and full AoE, kind of like similar to full AoE. If there's anything I didn't cover about skill tree or skill orbs, how to get skill orbs, that kind of stuff, let me know in the comments below because I definitely want to be able to help you guys out. If you guys have been struggling with like getting Ghost 3, or if you guys don't know how to buff properly, it's really important for Infinite and possibly for NPC missions. If you guys are struggling with any of those, I do have 2 of those videos posted up. Feel free to go check it out.